All right, welcome back to the UCF pregame show. We'll be taking on 0-6 West Virginia. I'll probably lose based on that. Waiting to play my UNC game here to get a little warm up, so I'm going to take a loss on that. Dynasty. See if West Virginia's best out there. All yellows.
Great to have you with us from Milan Puskar Stadium in Morgantown. EA Sports College Football with a terrific matchup on this Thursday night. It's the UCF Knights and the West Virginia Mountaineers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Guys, I caught up with Coach Rich Rodriguez before the game. He told me this is a crucial game.
Fucking drones up in the sky.
Coming into this loud and crazy environment against a team that is not ranked in the top 25 could be easy to overlook. But he's shown his players tape all week, and he said, we have to understand every play matters. We cannot look ahead to next week, or this week will be a disaster. Reese?
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. They'll move the wide receiver. Running inside. It's Thompson. Punches ahead. They'll give him a yard to the 13. And the Mountaineers want to pick up the tempo.
And we kind of wondered coming into this game, did they want to run it up the middle? Do they want to run it?
Snags it, and there's running room. Stopped at the 28, but a big 15-yard pickup gives him some breathing room.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32. Let's take a second here and think about West Virginia. For programs at this level, they are regularly fighting off the big school for diamonds in the rough, but it looks as if they won this battle with a commitment from a 3-star receiver, Jesse.
He just thought he had better opportunities on and off the field here at this program. He's going to get a lot of chances to make plays early. With his talent, expect him to start right away, and if I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going to be trying to find ways to get this 3-star the ball.
Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. That penalty puts the defense in a bind. It'll be 3rd and 1. Churns into the pile. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. The Mountaineers will try to pin them back with the punt. Looks as if they might have a little something going there, but they'll have to kick it away. They stop him immediately, flying down the field and get to him before he can even get started. So UCF's offense will now get its first chance with the football. And here's the sophomore quarterback who will be at the controls in this one. He's trying to bounce back from a 4-interception game in their last loss. A snap, wants to throw to start this drive. That's caught. It's Farmer. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one. Long way to go on 2nd down. Takes the handoff. It's Lewis. Enough to move the chains. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a 1st down at the 29. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. A give to the right with Watson. Still on his feet at the 40. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the 1st down. The Knights come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw one first. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And, David, we know when you're playing on the road how important it is to try and steal momentum early and quiet the crowd. You gash the defense with a run like that to pick up a big first down, that'll do it. And that's really a tone setter, I think, for this offense. And you're sending a direct message to the opponent. We are going to be physical, and we're going to try to run this thing down your throat.
Yeah, and they got a chance to respond, and the crowd hopefully can get behind them and get back in it. The defense has got to do a better job. We got to stop the run. They got to tackle, get more hats to the football. This will be a challenge. They're going to run the football. They better be man enough to stop it.
The Knights, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Going to the ground. Defense holds their ground, pickup of a yard. It's at the 26. Ball's at the 26. It's 3rd and short, and they'd love to pick up the first down and avoid settling for the field goal. Right side, it's Watkins. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's.
And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Knights. The first score of the game for the man who leads the nation in rushing touchdowns.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. West Virginia has it in the offense ready to go to work. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Complete to start this trip. It's a fumble. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. Great place to start for this offense. Drops back on 1st down. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Got the first down himself. He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6. The Knights trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. The snap sets up to throw. He wants it all. Touchdown, UCF! Fitted in the window for the score.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Makes a move. He's got an alley. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space, great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. They tried to get the wall set up for him. Not quite enough for the huge play, but a good job to give his offense some breathing room. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. The give. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. Knocked down after getting 6 all the way out to the 34-yard line.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
I'll tell you, QBs and receivers, they practice these out routes all week long. And you've got to anticipate. You've got to be comfortable throwing it before he gets out of his break. And they
nothing but green grass down the middle. He's at the end of the end zone. Touchdown, Knights.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Gives him the big stiff arm. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Quarterback gets enough. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Mountaineers moving quickly to the line. Throwing, Hawkins. Look out. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. The Mountaineers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down.
Great job by the defense that time getting the sack, but no time to celebrate. You got to line up right now because the offense is going tempo.
Pulls it in. It's Weaver. Shakes off the defender. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. Hawkins from the gun on third down. Extending the play. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. And the Mountaineers will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And no shot at a return here as the punt goes out of bounds. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. They'll start on the ground with Duke Watson.
And that's a huge play by the defense. Great job.
We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. Second down, gonna throw it. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. One final play before the end of the quarter. Quarterback signaling to his guys. They'll snap it from the gun on third down. It's picked off. That's 18 of those this season. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26. Keeps it on first down. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. First quarter in the books. Let's see what kind of numbers these two wide receivers are putting up. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Several defenders there to get him on the ground. They run into a bit of trouble here. Third and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. Out wide left, it's Fox. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Now on fourth down, here comes the field goal team. This try will come from the left hash, and he'll try to curl it in from 38. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10.
Well, it's a good news, bad news scenario. You got the pick, and you would have liked to have paid that off with a touchdown, but because the drive stalls out, they're still happy to get the field goal.
Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. UCF hoping to get things rolling here on offense. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. Almost had the completion. Just missed it.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
And he could not get loose on the run.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit out, sir.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Knights line up to punt it away. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. West Virginia starts this drive, and the offense looks ready to go. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you just simply got to make them.
And you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers, and the level the quarterback gets it out of his hands, and then you just watch. They can make plays. They can run people over. They can now run around people. Like, so nice to have these tight ends.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable third down. Get something positive. But how about the defense? Just reacting so fast, getting to the running back, and getting that sucker on the ground in the open field.
And guys, second down didn't do them any favors as they face this third down. Michael Hawkins. Here comes the heat. And the throw out to the sideline, good for just a few yards. The Mountaineers send out the punt unit. And they can't get on top of it to down it, so that ball will come out to the 20. The Knights start this drive as the offense looks ready to go. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Breaks into the open. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Handoff from the gun. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. 3rd and long right here. From the gun, wants to pass. Hauls it in. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Offense still out there, lining up quickly on 4th down. Got to make the play on 4th. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
And this offense chooses to be aggressive. Listen, once you start getting to midfield, you see most offenses be aggressive, and they took their chance, and they failed. Now, early in the game, a chance to create momentum, to swing.
That's a fumble. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Fresh set of downs going up top. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Snowed under by the defense.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Out wide right, it's Farmer. Pulled down there, but they'll move the sticks, and it's a first down.
And this offense has really showed me something today, man. They've already put some drives together and made some explosive plays, and now just executing on third down. They've shown you a little bit of everything, and this offense is looking like it's the real deal.
Taken down.
That's a really nice job by the cornerback playing with his eyes. He sees the running back release out of the backfield, sees him get the ball, and this guy's tough. You know, there are a lot of corners out there that would try to submarine these rig running backs, and then they get hurdled. Not this guy. Good job getting the tackle, getting him on the ground.
They'll need a bunch on second down. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Intercepted, number 19. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. And the pass interference penalty is costly, wiping out the turnover. The Knights have it with a 1st and 10. Quick give. It's Simon. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it'll be hard to stop.
One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. They make the stop, and they had to work for it. A nice little juke, and he'll have 7 on that one.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Under pressure. He's going to run it. Turning it on. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. West Virginia uses a timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. This offense has been running up and down the field, and here they are, 1st and goal, a chance to tack on another one before halftime. Looking for the score. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
A lot of times when you go back and you revisit these games, who takes advantage of these opportunities in the red zone, in these goal-to-go situations? Bad job on first down by this offense.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Touchdown, UCF! Got it right in the heart of the end zone. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And the extra point sails through for a 28-10 lead. And he's going to try to return this one. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. They'll get this drive going from the 17. From the gun, it's Thompson. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point, you're going to have to change your thought process. Hawkins. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Need 10 yards on this 3rd down, and they're backed up inside their own 20. A run for the quarterback. They make the stop. It'll be 4th down. The defense does have a timeout to use if they want to try to put up points before the half. Teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connor. And the Mountaineers will kick it away to crank up the second half. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. once again. What do you think about that? They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And I like the aggressiveness on third and short.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Looking down the middle. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Caught in the backfield. It's Cruz. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. Rides the option, he keeps it. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. The Mountaineers headed quickly to the line. Throwing, Hawkins. Rushes on. He got his hands on it but couldn't hold on to it, and what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. You start with this kind of field position. If you have to settle for a field goal attempt, demoralizing. Third down coming up. They're all over him. Chase to the right. Runs through a tackle. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown. First and goal, and this feels like their chance to give him a finish. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Mountaineers. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. But then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He found some really good running room on that one and just about got loose. As it is, good return to set up the drive. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Picked off. They got him down quickly after the pick, but he'd already made the biggest play, and they've got it at the 38. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Grabbed behind the line. It's Thompson. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. From the gun on 3rd down, Hawkins. Got his man downfield. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. Michael Hawkins. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Pulls it on the option. Finding some room. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped. And the Mountaineers have it with a 1st and goal. He'll keep it again on the option. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Defense going all in to stop the run. Using his feet, he works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. They keep nudging it closer, but now it's 3rd and goal from the 1. Tight end now in motion. They want to dance their way in on 3rd and goal. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. Hawkins to throw for it on 4th. Hit as he throws. That ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs. They're backed up. 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. Handoff to the single running back. He finds enough room to get it over the 10-yard line, and he's down at 13. The Knights have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. They'll run it. They'll get him stopped at the 18, and this offense creates a little space with the 1st down.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
2nd down coming up. Kept the last one on the ground, now they'll throw. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Right side, it's Farmer. It's a game of 1st downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. The Knights are moving quickly down the field. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Watson. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the 2nd half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Catch inside the 25. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag down on the play. Let's see what that's about.
I was thinking it's going to be a spin move.
You don't see that penalty too often, but we see it here, an illegal forward pass. And with that penalty, the offense is backed up, still 2nd down. Left side is Watkins. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Knights!
And with this long drive, man, they're just showing you what they've been showing you throughout this football game. They can get it done. They can score points. And now, getting later in the football game, getting up by 3 possessions, the pressure is really on.
Out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Snags a quick pass on the left. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want a big play.
A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. Intercepted, a turnover in their own territory. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the sudden change magnified for this defense as it's 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, UCF! And the punishment has been extended.
And remember back, guys, the defense gives them the short field, and the offense takes care of business. And now building this lead and really putting pressure on the other side. The offense on the other side is going to have to get pass happy. So dial up that nickel, dial up that dime, get that pass defense ready.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Keeping it on the ground inside, it's Thompson. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line, pick up a 4. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Hawkins. Got his man. Powers through the defender. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. Midway point in the season, in games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. Hand off from the shotgun. Fighting off the defender. Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play. Offense gets set for 2nd down. To the air, it's Hawkins. Fires to the tight end. Not the biggest play in the world, but it's one that can set the tone as he bangs his way out to the 38. The Mountaineers really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Caught on the RPO. Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they got it at the 42. This drive has been sharp. They've moved the chains a couple of times. Now 1st and 10 from the 42. He'll do it himself. Hit and dropped in the backfield. He'll lose 4. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Throwing Hawkins. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He'll pull it down and run. Nice move to keep running. He'll be stopped short, and they'll force a 4th down. Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. 4th down, Hawkins. Fires to the wideout. Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. They'll knock him down, but he moves the sticks, and the 4th down decision pays off big time. Wide receiver comes in motion. This is a designed run. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down. And the Mountaineers come to the line with a new set of downs. They're going to ride this running back. There he goes. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19. They're in the red zone. The Mountaineers back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. On the RPO. First catch of the season for this highly talented wide receiver, and man, their fans have been hungry to see that. And the Mountaineers are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Could not find a hole. This defense clogging up everything. It's 3rd and goal. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Turning to the running game here on 3rd and goal. He'll be stopped short. Could not drive his way into the end zone, and now they're faced with 4th and goal. They converted 4th down earlier on this drive, and now they'll try it again. They're going to run it. Touchdown, West Virginia. And they take it in for 6 more points.
We've seen this guy do it time and time again throughout his college football career. On critical down and distances, he shows up for his offense. He did right there on 4th and goal.
He gets in there for the 2-point conversion, and now we have a 2-possession game. The Knights going to go ahead and call their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the 4th. They'll line up for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. Let's go to the sideline in Holly Rowe.
Here on the UCF sideline, I can see a developing situation with their quarterback and the coaches. Their QB has struggled here today with the turnovers, and there's a lot of conversation. They're showing him those mistakes on the film, trying to get him to see what he's missing. They want to get some confidence built back up in this quarterback, but right now he's shaking his head like, I've got this, I've got this. We'll see if he really does here to take the field. Guys?
Appreciate that, Holly. Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
And this one isn't over because the defense still has 3 timeouts left, but man, that clock is ticking, and they can just run the football up multiple possessions. They're going to need something magical to happen. They're going to need to start stripping at that football, create some turnovers, and get lucky down the stretch.
West Virginia uses a timeout. It's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Here's Duke one more time. Swapped immediately. So they'll use a timeout here. 1 more remaining, and of course the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. He's changing the play. Touchdown, Knights! And the beatdown has ensued. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W. And that kick was perfectly down the middle. Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Michael Hawkins. Out wide right, it's Cruz. He's down right there, short gain on the grab. The Mountaineers want to move quickly.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Rush right in his face. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he's got plenty for the 1st down, and now they'll have a chance to get their thoughts together coming out of the 2-minute timeout. And the Mountaineers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Scanning the field, it's Hawkins. Finds his target. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the 1st down. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Hawkins. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Back to pass on 2nd down. He lets one fly deep. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. Again, it's Hawkins. Oh, pressure's coming. Had to get rid of it quickly. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row. And guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the 4th down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Look out. Fires to the tight end. It's a seam wide open, and the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Mountaineers.
It's so nice as a quarterback when it's not just your receivers that are dangerous after the catch. How about the yak ability by this tight end? He's a guy that can stretch the field. He can make DBs miss, and he's got speed. He's a generational talent. He's really helping out this offense.
They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Making the adjustment on the play. Looking for a crease. Oh, he's got some space. They'll get him on the ground, but he takes it all the way down to the 10. 3rd and final timeout call by West Virginia. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the 1st down. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Lewis. No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. Taken down.
This is the most important part of the field. What you did to get down here means nothing. Nice job by this defense, staying confident, staying aggressive, and forcing a 3rd down and goal.
Now on the move. Touchdown, UCF! And the pummeling has started. They can now exhale just a little bit with that lead, and they are close to a victory here in the 8th week of the season. And he missed it, pushed it to the right. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. And he'll be stopped. Return gets it out across the 25, stopped at the 26. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a